Welcome back to another fun episode of South Baltimore Now. Nate Carper and Kevin Lynch are back on the podcast, and we've got a fantastic lineup for you today. First up, we have Russ Causey, who's the mastermind behind the annual Hoodstock concert, and the founder of the South Baltimore-based band Roses and Rust. Awesome band, by the way. And joining Russ, we have Lauren Bassard from Unified Community Connections, an organization dedicated to supporting individuals with disabilities. Lauren will share some incredible insights into the work they do and how events like Hoodstock help raise awareness and funds for their vital programs. So this year marks the 21st anniversary of Hoodstock. That's right, Hoodstock is officially old enough to drink. And there's more exciting news. Hoodstock will be held at a new venue this year, the Baltimore Museum of Industry, on Friday, October 18th. Get your tickets now. So BMI promises to add a unique charm to the event. And a special thanks to Little Havana for letting us come in today to record. If you haven't been here in a while, get down here and check them out. This is also a great place to host large events. So sit back, relax, and get ready for an inspiring conversation about music, community, and making a difference. Thanks for tuning in. All right, Kev, what's up, my man? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. We're basically going to learn about a party, so you'll probably listen to this on the weekends. You'll be ready to party after hearing this.
Definitely going to be ready for some good music, some good partying, and hey, Kev, man, you were at Hoodstock last year, right?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think of the event?
It's really fun. I've actually been the last 2 years, and it was a lot of fun, and I didn't realize how many of the people I know well were going to be there, and now I know to expect them there. But yeah, really good party, good music, good food, good scenery, good drinks. If you're getting out on a Friday night, that's what you want.
It's an awesome event. With that, Russ, Lauren, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Good to be here.
Well, thanks for being here. I guess I'll throw this to Russ first because Hoodstock starts with you. You started Hoodstock 21 years ago, so just tell us a little bit about the origin story of that.
So I was 10 years old. That's wishful thinking, clearly. I love to say that it started as a midlife crisis. You've heard me tell this story before.
Yeah.
But when I was approximately 44 years old, I asked for a guitar for Christmas from my wife, who couldn't believe it, never shown any interest in music in that sort of way. Got me one, and then that bottom line led to having a party at my house, which was in Otterbein at the time. And we called it Hoodstock because all the music that I was playing back then was music from the Woodstock era. And it just seemed to make sense that we're playing Woodstock era and we're playing it in the hood. So that's how the name came about. But it was not a charity event then. It was a party. It was not meant to be anything more than that, than people hearing somebody play guitar really badly with some other friends. And they got all their fill of that for sure. But to my surprise, everybody wanted to do it again the next year. And because I was on the board with Unified Community Connections, it just made sense to actually make this a charity and do good while having fun, which has really become our slogan since.
That's awesome. And Lauren, can you tell us a little bit about you and what you do at Unified, and maybe just a little about Unified itself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the director of development there. I'm in charge of the fundraising and marketing efforts for Unified Community Connections. Our mission is to really advance the independence and productivity of individuals with disabilities and get them living as fully independent as possible. So what I like about Hoodstock and Unified is that Unified also started as a grassroots organization, much like Hoodstock. We were created in 1953 by just like concerned parents and citizens of people with disabilities fighting for their rights to have access to education and housing and things like that, just rights to be independent. And we've just grown from there, much like Hoodstock. We've just grown from there. Yeah. Now we're a direct service provider, a major direct service provider for Maryland, and we provide 50 homes and apartments for individuals with disabilities getting 24-hour care. We provide community development services to get individuals, maybe not with like paid work, but volunteer work and just engagement in their communities and getting out and about. And then one of our more growing programs right now, I would say, is the assistive technology program. Obviously, with everything technology nowadays is just growing. So that's where we have our director of assistive technology work one-on-one, providing assessments and training on how to use communication devices so that individuals with disabilities, who some might not be nonverbal or some are, but to just voice their opinion, communicate with family and friends, and just our goal is to get them living as independently as possible.
That's where they go.
Russ, interesting hearing your story. I just interviewed a guy who has a new guitar shop in Federal Hill called galactic guitar exchange, and one of my questions was like, who's your clientele? Who's playing guitar? He's like, everyone. It's interesting to hear a story, talking to him just the other day about how really everybody from every demographics into guitar, and it's cool to hear how at a middle age you picked up a guitar, and obviously you have this band, Roses and Russ. So I guess tell us a little bit about how your band has progressed to what it is today, and how this event has taken the steps from just being a little neighborhood thing to at Baltimore Museum of Industry.
Sure. And let me say on the guitar part, I don't know that everybody plays, but I'm proof that everybody can play it. As far as the band goes, what a hoot we have. We've got 6 people who come from all differing backgrounds. The one thing that is common among them all, though, is great musicians. I always say that we're a 6-member band, and I'm the 7th best musician in that band. And I mean that sincerely, because it's great musicians in this band. And maybe the best part is that everybody embraces the Hoodstock story and wanting to be a part of this charity event. And in fact, as a band, we do maybe 30 gigs a year, which is a lot for a band that's not doing this for a living. And probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 to 14 of those every year are charity events. So we really do use our music to give back. And that really is the whole focus and bottom line of Hoodstock. It was taking this fun thing of music and using it to give back to people who are in need and need a helping hand. And that's what we've accomplished with it. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, actually all the bands donate their time and energy for the event, which is a great gift to Unified, because as a nonprofit, our expenses are as tight as they can be, and to just have everybody donate their time is amazing. And most people in the bands that perform do have some direct connection to Unified. They've either been a former board member or they're on the committee. That is a big help to the event itself.
I keep finding out that different dads that I see around the youth baseball and youth soccer fields are actually members of your band. So I know some of I see quite a few of your band members around the neighborhood.
That's true.
We are community involved.
Yeah.
And you obviously were a board member of Unified before all this started. So what drew you to that organization?
Oh, that's a great question. It was one where someone who had no idea that it had a close meaning to me knew me as an entrepreneur and felt like that was needed on the board. And so I was invited. But little did he know that I had a sister who passed at age 12 who had significant disabilities and needed care 24/7. And so I lived in a household for the 12 years of her life where it was between my parents and myself to actually take care of her 24/7, because we did not have these resources that exist with Unified. And when you live that and you experience that, you really appreciate and understand the things that Unified does, the importance behind it, and how it really makes a significant difference in not only the lives of the individual with disability, but their family members as well.
And obviously, Hoodstock has grown to be a big event. Saw so many of my friends there last year. Big crowd, record fundraising each year. I guess talk about the steps it took to get Hoodstock to where it is now.
I'd love to say it was a master plan, but it wasn't. It was, we were having a good time, and it just became known each year that, hey, there's this party going on where people are doing good while having fun, and it just seemed to start drawing people. In the beginning, I will say that I was quite amazed at how the thing did grow. It went from the first year that it was a charity event.
The guy just brought us a free beer here at Little Havanas.
It's a beautiful world we're living in.
It's part of being in a hood.
That's right.
See why Hoodstock's so successful. There's beauty in this world.
They just throw money at us.
The second Hoodstock had approximately 70 people in my backyard, and again, I think we raised $1,200 that year. Lauren keeps better records of that than I do.
I remember the year at Outervine when we raised $10,000 for like the first time, and that was like, oh my gosh, let's celebrate, this is huge. I think once it became not less of a party, like a bigger party where we then incorporated like corporate sponsorships is when it really started to grow and develop.
It was in your backyard for a couple of years.
2 years. The first year as a party, the second year as a charity event. Then it moved to the Outervine Pool, which you know well.
Yep.
And then it went to the B&O, and it's moved on from there. I used to be amazed at how the event has grown over the years. And the more I think about it, the more I'm amazed that everybody in the city doesn't attend this thing. Think about it. It's a $45 ticket that gets you all the food you can eat, all the beer and wine you can drink. 5 great bands are going to be performing. You can also buy alcohol, and you're doing this for good. You're actually helping people with the $45 ticket that you bought. So I'm actually instead of being amazed that it's grown, I'm sometimes amazed that we don't have 5,000 people at the event every year.
Yeah.
Really, it's a win. And come on, people, get out here.
To describe the growth, say the first year, you know what, you said $1,200 that first year. Compared to last year, in our 20th year, we raised over $106,000. And in the 20 years we've been doing this, we've raised over $1.1 million for Unified Community Connections, which is just invaluable. And we have Russ to thank for this. It's just impacted so many people and family members like Russ said. It's what's helping Unified to not only continue to provide services, but to continue to provide services well and with the best care possible, the best resources, the best technology. All of the proceeds go into Unified. And we just really appreciate all that you've done and this baby that you've created for us.
This baby's all grown up and it's 21 now.
Well, it's a shame it's a podcast. You can't see me blushing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And at $45 a ticket, you're clearly getting a lot of people doing a lot of favors for you to pull it off of that price. So who are some of the partners and volunteers that help make this possible?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
So
we're
let's
very
acknowledge it.
grateful for our corporate sponsors and individual sponsors. We have had great success with Mari Donnelly and Parr. They're a long-standing sponsor. Science and Kirk, attorneys at law. Our banks are very supportive. Individuals, Russ himself, Nick and Anita Richardson, who've been a part of the Hoodstock family since the very beginning. We also have a very generous individual donor who likes to remain anonymous, but we have a lot of regular sponsors. But what I love is that every year we get new ones and every year we get new guests to attend. Like we also have a lot of regular guests. So we love to see new people. And I think part of the reason that it grows and gets better every year too is because we're very much about offering a great experience to the guests at a very affordable rate. It is family friendly. Kids can attend, especially with being back at the, more of a museum, the Baltimore Museum of Industry. We're going to have exhibits that people can walk through and just an added experience in with that.
That's so much fun. It's so much fun. So out of the 20 years, 21 coming up, are there any moments at the actual event that stand out to you, whether it's like a performance or a special guest?
I'll start by saying, of course, the biggest one of all was when you did Hotel California, lead on guitar.
Now I'm blushing. Yeah.
It was awesome. I think hands down, it's all about focusing on the people that we're helping. And I think Lauren feels the same way. The first time we had wheelchair dancing, it just blew me away emotionally. And it just told me right then and there, we're doing something good. What we've got going here is doing everything that we had hoped for. Because not only is it helping get them the direct care services, but the smiles that it's putting on their face by having this event, that was beyond belief.
I mean, everybody likes music, right? Even people with disabilities. And creating an event that they can come and enjoy just as much as anybody else, I think really speaks a lot.
One of the things we try to do at this event is not make it, it's the anti-black tie event. So you're not coming to an event where there's going to be all these announcements and all these hitting you up for sponsorships and donations. We try to make it a true music event that's helping people. We spent a whole 15 minutes at this event where O.J. Brigance, and for those of you who don't know who, he's a former Raven player and a current Raven front office staff member who has ALS. He's bound to a wheelchair. Basically, the only thing he can move is his eyes now. And the assistive technology that Lauren was talking about, he uses, and he's able to communicate through that. And he actually presents an award to someone who receives services at Unified at each Hoodstock that is emblematic of someone who is taking this thing that they're living with and trying to find the best way possible to live their best life. And it is so heartwarming when you see the people who win these awards, because you can tell this is an individual. It's like, I don't care what I'm facing, I'm finding a way. And it's just, so yeah, that's a special part of Hoodstock.
Yeah, it really is.
The individuals that we support, they don't get a lot of recognition. So this is just a way that we can recognize their abilities, not their disabilities, and give them a moment to feel the pride that they deserve for everything they've accomplished.
Yeah. And there's sometimes when you meet a family that has a child or a family member that needs 24/7 care, it really puts life in perspective that maybe the little things that you think are hard or complain about it, you think you've had a long day. It puts a lot in perspective, and you see the love and the work a lot of these families put in. So what's it like to meet some of these families and just be around that type of support and love, and how does that kind of motivate wanting to further the mission of Unified?
Unfortunately, a lot of the individuals that we support don't have family members because they're adults and they're like their own guardian, but that just makes us want to help them even more because they don't have a support system necessarily in place. So we are their support system and we're their advocates and we're trying to help them. And then when you see them succeed and you see some of them achieving their goals, if we have people volunteering in the community or they're getting a paying job at a grocery store, or some of our individuals are really artistic and they've had art displayed in local city museums and things, that just makes us so proud. And I honestly would say, like, maybe not the family members, but the direct support professionals that we work with, they're the backbone of Unified. They're the ones that are working 24 hours a day with this vulnerable population, daily care. It's grueling work, it's hard work, but these people are in it because they just feel so much love and compassion for these individuals, and they treat them like their own children or own families, and it's just really heartwarming to see the dedication of our staff.
And how big is your organization? How many people work with you or
So we span
adjacent to you?
Yeah, we span throughout Maryland. So we have services as far as Cumberland, Hagerstown, Frederick, and then also in Baltimore. So we have staff, like employment, about 450 people to provide all this care and all these services. The homes have to, that's 24/7. This isn't like you just 9 to 5 it.
So they live at the homes too?
Yeah,
obviously.
they'll have shift work.
Okay.
We have to have overnight support, and I might be late to sometimes for work, but these people can't be late. This is shift work. We gotta move on, and these people have to be
Lives
looked
depend on
after.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So can you imagine for so many of these people not having this resource? And we're fortunate we live in a great state of Maryland that actually provides a fair amount of money and resource to people with disabilities. But it can't be done with just the amount of money that the state of Maryland does. In fact, it's hard to pay a living wage to these folks who are helping provide this support. And so what we do through Hoodstock and the golf tournament and other things that Lauren does in her development role, that actually goes towards helping pay people something better than a living wage, because these people deserve it. They're working hard and they're doing good, and they need to be paid a reasonable wage.
Or training for the staff. We want our staff to be at the top of their game, and we want to be a provider of choice and an employer of choice. We want to be able to provide the best care that we can.
And let's sell some tickets to the event. What's some of the food we're going to see there? What drinks are going to be on tap? Who are the bands playing?
I was going to say, because Russ was talking about like the taglines, and like the one thing that I really like about Hoodstock is the anti-black tie. We say no to black tie, yes to tie-dye. We've all been to galas. They're stuffy. We got to dress up. Like what I love about Hoodstock. Yeah, I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl.
But I mean, I still like a past hors d'oeuvre, no matter what. I'm just saying.
You can wear your tie-dye, your bell-bottoms, whatever. We accept everybody. It's not a formal, stuffy sit-down dinner. We're going to have a buffet-style fried chicken, pulled pork, mac and cheese, desserts, appetizers. The food is going to be great. It's buffet-style.
Let's get some local breweries that
Beer, wine,
Yes,
liquor.
Gold is going to be doing the catering. We worked with them in the past. They've done a great job. Some of the beer and the cocktails that we have going, we've got a partnership with Sagamore Spirits this year, and they have donated product for us to create this fun cocktail that we're going to be presenting to the guests. We thank them for their support. And then also Checker Spot. Checker Spot Brewing Company is donating beer to the event, so they're a highlighted local brew for this year's event. Excited for that. In addition, we've got beer and wine.
From Sobo Cafe.
And from Sobo Cafe.
Yeah,
we love them. They are a longtime supporter of
We love
Hoodstock.
Sobo Cafe.
Yes.
Institution here in South Baltimore for sure.
And then the bands that are going to be there?
Yeah.
So there are going to be 4 performances. We're going to start with 4 Feet Apart. And as that name would imply, they started in 2020. And I'm sorry, I
Wait,
said
6
4
feet.
feet.
6 feet. Okay, yeah.
No wonder I got COVID in 2020.
You're only doing 4 feet.
No, so it's 6 feet apart. We'll open it, and this will be their first time to perform. And I think that makes us around 23, 24 bands that have performed in Hoodstock over the years. Next will be the Wafflers. They're a very popular local band, great music, and everybody loves them. And then that's going to be followed by the Can Do Award, and then Roses and Rust. And then we're going to have Horty and the Who, which is a 4-piece band. They're all young. They bring it and have a really eclectic set.
They're fun, man.
And music, they are fun. And really looking forward to this. It's going to be a fun night.
So yeah, I definitely want to tell people where they can go to get tickets. Again, it's only $45 all you can eat.
So where can they go to get tickets?
Right. Currently, right now, tickets are $50. You can go to unified.org/Hoodstock, get your tickets there. The day of, they jump up to $55 a ticket. So you want to
Still a
go
bargain.
ahead and get it in, though. Save some of that money. And we've got amazing overflowing raffle baskets, silent auction items. We've got a cool item from the Ravens, autographed item. And then we have our fan favorite Yeti Cooler of Cheer, which is just a huge Yeti Tundra Hull loaded with 30 bottles of alcohol. So you want to bring some money just to spend and have some fun. But yeah, unified.org/Hoodstock is where you can find all the details and ticket sales.
Or when you see Nate on the street, he will be selling tickets. You can get them from him without the fees, or me, Russ. I will have tickets, and you can buy them from us without the fees.
That's right. You'll see me on the corner with my kids selling lemonade and Hoodstock tickets at the same time. Russ, Lauren, thank you guys so much for sitting down with us here today. Little Havana. Thanks to Little Havana. Thank you, Kev. Man, I can't wait for Hoodstock. This is going to be a fun year, 21st year at BMI. Friday, October 18th. Again, like Lauren said, $50 a ticket, maybe $55 at the door. It's going to be awesome. Fun times, great music, great food. I hope to see you there.